Thank you for having me at International Livable Cities. My name is Nels Nelson, and I am a senior planner at Stantec's Urban Places. In 2015, the Tampa Bay Lightning owner Jeff Vinik and Bill Gates' Cascade Investment hired us to develop a master plan that effectively doubles the size of downtown Tampa. Over the next year, we collaborated with them and the International Well Building Institute on the first application of the Well Community Standard on what would later be unveiled as Water Street Tampa. Water Street is a $3 billion redevelopment project on 21 hectares of land. It is one of the 5 largest mixed-use projects in North America, alongside Hudson Yards, Miami World Center, and others. It broke ground and will be built in 3 phases over 10 years. Water Street was not only the first project to apply the Well Community Standard, but it was the inspiration for the standard's creation. The standard originated at the Clinton Global Initiative to take health from the building scale to the scale of the city itself by influencing levels of physical activity and social interaction. My team worked to demonstrate that designers can create cities in harmony with natural systems that preemptively eliminate risk factors for acute and chronic diseases. The Well system is intended to serve as a global benchmark for healthy communities and to elevate human health and wellness in conjunction with planetary sustainability. Health makes for an interesting interpretation of urban design alongside sustainability, as we found that individuals can understand well-being more intuitively than CO2 emissions. IWBI publicly launched the pilot for the community standard in September 2017 to complement the building standard, which was launched in 2014. The community standard comprehensively addresses outdoor environmental conditions, community amenities, and project location. Each feature matches medical evidence-based research with urban development practice. The community standard organizes 110 features within 10 concepts. Each concept contains a single precondition and a series of optimizations. While most preconditions align with business-as-usual practices, additional impacts may be the need for air quality monitoring equipment and maintenance, a communication plan for extreme weather, a sound impact plan, and deposit locations for hazardous materials. Projects must meet 50 points for silver, 60 for gold, and 80 for platinum, while choosing a compliance route that fits the project. To better understand the 110 optimizations, I generalized the features into 4 thematic types: equipment, actions, policy, and urban design. Deploying certain equipment, from sensors to streetlights, is the most common type of optimization. These include free Wi-Fi hotspots in public spaces, a bike share program, public fitness centers, particulate matter and air pollution sensors, 10 square feet or 1 square meter of urban agriculture space per resident, hydration stations in public spaces fitted to allow water bottle refilling, and lighting that cuts off after a certain time of day. The requirement to carry out certain actions, such as maintenance, monitoring, communication, and testing, is the second most common type of optimization. Some that might go beyond business as usual are air quality monitoring and alerts, management of urban agriculture spaces, and provision of planting support, and extreme weather alerts. Policy is next. Some policies that might go beyond business as usual are restriction of smoking within 7.5 meters of building entrances and operable windows, unbundling parking costs from associated land uses and activities, which means taking the cost of parking out of housing and office and other uses, priority parking for low-emission vehicles, public resources for vaccination, maternal health, and substance abuse, and low-income housing as a percentage of the overall housing. Spatial planning and design optimizations, such as recommended block size, represent the smallest group of optimizations. Some practices that might go above and beyond are separating residences and schools from roads with high speed limits, and no vehicle parking along residential frontages. In addition to paying for the interventions that create wellness, projects must pay IWBI fees for registration and certification. Unlike LEED, which is tailored towards energy efficiency and has associated long-term cost savings, WELL doesn't support apparent payback for the project owner. Instead, the return comes from the competitive differentiation in the marketplace. We know there is a market for health and wellness. Last year, a report of top consumer trends included wellness as a status symbol in the top 10. We also know that real estate value is higher in areas that have access to health services and infrastructure like parks and cycling paths. As described in the introduction, Water Street Tampa is the first application of the WELL community standard. The philosophy of WELL and its application to the Tampa project is straightforward. Better air and water, greener construction, and healthy options for food and fitness for improved physical and emotional health of the people living there and visitors. I'm going to walk through some of the different aspects that we considered in the planning of Water Street Tampa. In terms of air, we included sensors in public spaces which will measure the baseline levels of particulates, NO2, lead, SO2, ozone, and carbon monoxide, as well as changes resulting from the plan's development. Pollen can trigger allergies and asthma, leading to discomfort and medical costs. We chose native street planting varieties with low pollen production, including magnolias, female American holly, and female American sweet gum. We also assigned these trees to different streets to create areas with different characters. Given Tampa's climate, where the mean high hovers around 32 degrees Celsius for more than half the year, the plan requires a hydration component. We planned a hydration map for drinking fountains in every park and playground, at least every 1 per 1.5 kilometers on multi-use paths, and 1 every 150 meters along sidewalks, with dual height spouts and water bottle filling stations. To address rain runoff, more than half of all surfaces in the district are permeable, with either vegetated surfaces, swales, or blue and green roofs to reduce floods and heat island effect. Gardening increases access to healthy, fresh, and nutrient-rich foods, allows residents to engage each other, and leads to better eating habits. The plan integrates dedicated community garden spaces, edible landscaping, and rooftop gardens. The district takes an active approach to providing access to healthy food with a full-service grocery store selling fresh fruits and vegetables and weekly farmers markets. Light is a critical driver of physiological rhythms, hormone levels, and the sleep-wake cycle. Disruptions of circadian rhythm are associated with heart disease and slower thinking. Our strategy includes restrictions on commercial signs after sunset, a curfew on outdoor lighting in residential areas, and designation of all lights as either essential or non-essential to safety. Non-essential lighting is automatically dimmed or turned off after a curfew. Walkable, compact, and connected neighborhoods promote better health. Shorter block lengths and cut-throughs make walking easier, both physically and psychologically. Pedestrian passages create a secondary car-free network through the middle of blocks in the district. The district encourages biking with extensive bike infrastructure and by making bike parking as safe and as easy as car parking. To encourage bike commuting, commercial buildings offer showers and changing facilities. The plan employs multiple techniques for reducing the urban heat island effect, including vegetated roofs, white-painted cool roofs, shaded streets, and vegetated ground-level surfaces. Sound and noise take more out of us than we realize. Extended exposure to highway noise, for example, raises blood pressure. Our careful design and material selection improves the public realm's ability to dampen sound and reduces sound transmission with noise-abating surfaces like berms, plants, and trees, all of which can provide other functions, including air filtration. We planned in features that spark delight, celebrate culture, refresh the spirit, and even accelerate recovery from illness. Our art plan map places features that cause passers-by to briefly stop and wonder. Special emphasis is put on art that incorporates water, which also has a positive impact for the urban heat island effect and acoustic comfort. Whether calling Water Street home or making the district a destination, high walkability opens up spontaneous opportunities to run into old colleagues or discover new friends, find a new place to hang out, or explore a new restaurant. Designers and community members can transform sidewalks, plazas, and occasionally streets into vibrant social, cultural, and civic spaces. Public art and streetscape can invite people to discover each other's diverse stories and celebrate the rich variety of urban life. So that's how we applied the WELL community standard for the first time while planning the Water Street Tampa district. Thank you for listening, and I'm free to take any questions.